Welcome, I'm Raj Warrior for the Car Guide Middle East. We are in Jordan this time. We've got a new car to test. It's the Renault Duster. It's gone through a complete refresh. How much of a refresh we'll find out later, but as of now, the grille does look good. The car's exterior looks fine, and we've been promised that the car is coming with a completely refreshed interior with better NVH levels and the like. We'll get in the car, we'll check it out over the next few kilometers. We are going to be driving the car right down to the end of the day. We are going all the way from the Dead Sea to Petra. And along the way, I think we will discover quite a bit about this car because we've been on this route in Jordan before and it's fantastic for any off-roader. We'll catch you inside the car. Welcome back. Now we're inside the new Duster. As you can see at a glance, there's been a huge change within the interiors. I'll just take you through a few of the most interesting points. Here, if you look at the center, we have got a nice new console. The console also includes something like this, which is the multi-view camera. You can see a gentleman walking past there. You have options where you can go through various angles of the view. And this view is particularly interesting because it gives you a view of the lower end of the hood and towards the bumper. So when you're doing off-roading, you can actually see the terrain right in front of the car. Coming back home, we can get out of the camera here. We press this. We have a nice color display. And as far as the rest of the car goes, the steering has been freshened up. The plastics are much better than they used to be on the old Duster. The Duster interior is actually that refined that you feel that this should have been the Duster which was released 7 years ago. There are a few oddities, of course. One is that the USB charger is up here with an audio output, and secondly, the seat belt does not get an adjustable anchor. Other than that, full marks for the interior. We'll check out how it drives, and we'll get to you with some of the driving impressions now. Now we're taking the Duster out on the road. We are currently in the CVT version of the car. This morning we spent some time in the 2-liter 4x4 version. Essentially the difference is this car comes with a 2-wheel drive only mode, which is of course front biased, and the 1.6-liter engine is the engine that is used on this. The 2-liter is what's going to be used for the 4x4. We already have it on the existing Duster, and there's really no great change in that. The difference in the two is marginal at best on road, but especially on these slopes, you feel the difference in the torque availability between the 2-liter and the 1.6. Now we are on the slopes of a hill, another hill in Jordan. One thing about the hills here is it reminds me a lot of Oman, though this hill is a little drier. We are in the 1.6-liter 2-wheel drive version of the car. We have driven the 2-liter 4x4 version, and you feel the difference on the slopes. The car is a little more laggy. The CVT doesn't respond as well as an automatic gearbox. That said, you have to remember that the automatic gearbox on the 2-liter is a 4-speed version. Other than that, the NVH levels inside this car have improved dramatically. There was a claim this morning that NVH levels are down by 50%, and it seems true. car handles well. There's been no basic changes within the suspension or the body of the car. So don't expect a miracle in terms of stiffness going up dramatically. There's obviously some changes, but most of the NVH has been tackled by the fact that you've got NVH cladding in here, you've got extra rubber parts in, and the engine bay has been better soundproofed. Other than that, the Duster is an interesting drive, but you have to remember its target segment. It competes against cars like the EcoSport, the Hyundai Creta, and at that entry level, this two-wheel drive will be challenged by the likes of those cars. But we've been told that the price point will be roughly around 11% lower. So that's a good selling point for the Duster. This car comes with the multi-view. The four-wheel drive also comes with the multi-view, and we think that the multi-view on the four-wheel drive is going to be a good selling point. Just remember, there's no overhead view. It's not one of those dramatic new technology things. The software has been kept limited. The car now comes with blind spot indicators, features like that interior, features like that console which we have here, and a completely new steering. So in terms of cabin comfort and moving slightly upmarket, it's all there. It'll be interesting to see where Renault prices it and what combinations or what variations the car is going to sell in. We've had a little journey in the car up on these slopes. We're going to wind up our presentation here, but we've got kilometers to go now down to Petra. If we find anything more interesting than we have already found in the car, we'll definitely tell you. But to wind up, nice new restyle of the car. All the exterior panels are changed. The body remains the same. Suspension, drivetrains remain the same. The interiors are where the major changes have happened. You get a completely fresh new car. It's definitely got some good features like that multi-view camera and blind spot coming in there. It's got a it's got a USB connectivity, but a very basic one at that, and it's got Bluetooth also on board. So all said and done, I think Renault is on the right track. They're already selling into a market which is established, and they know their competition. They know exactly where they're going to be, and with the price point that they're indicating, the Renault Duster will still be a great buy. So have a look at it. As far as we're concerned, look at the 2-liter 4x4 if you can afford the extra money on it. It makes a good choice in this segment. That's all from the slopes of this mountain in Jordan. What you see behind me there is the valley of the Dead Sea. It's a very interesting locale. We hope that the next time around we have something exactly like this. So winding up, Raj Warrior from the Car Guide. Bye-bye.